I'm Michael Amir, and this is Verified. Today is Juneteenth. For those who don't know, it's a holiday that celebrates the abolition of slavery, June 19th, 1865. Now, today, Congress felt it was appropriate to hold what some are calling an historic meeting. There was a meeting today in Washington, D.C., to a packed house about reparations. Now, before we jump into this meeting, I want to kind of explain where it came from. There's a bill. The bill is called the H.R. 40. Now, this bill was first introduced by former Representative John Conyers. For those who don't know, Representative John Conyers was representative out of Michigan from the years 1965 to 2017 when he retired. Now, about 30 years ago, John Conyers introduced this bill to Congress. Now, this bill is actually called the Commission to Study and Develop Reparation Proposals for African American Act. So it's for us to discuss reparations. Now, every year, since the 30 years he brought it up, he's brought it to the congressional hearing, and every year it was pushed back, it was denied, it never got traction until December 2007. That was the first meeting America had about reparations for black people in America. That meeting didn't really do too much, so here we are, 12 years later. Just January 3rd of this year, Representative Sheila Jackson Lee out of Texas brought it back up. And she's the one who spearheaded the meeting today. Now, of course, the meeting took place in D.C. and it was headlined by none other than Senator from New Jersey, Cory Booker. Let's take a second and hear what Mr. Booker had to say.
And so I wonder about having the last word. What happens when the last word is no words, when it's silence? And I feel a sense of anger where we are in the United States of America, where we have not had direct conversations all about a lot of the root causes of the inequities and the pain and the hurt manifested in economic disparities, manifested in health disparities, manifested in a criminal justice system that is indeed a form of new Jim Crow. And so we as a nation have not yet truly acknowledged and grappled with racism and white supremacy that has tainted this country's founding and continues to persist in those deep racial disparities and inequalities today.
Now, a few others spoke at this meeting, like actor Danny Glover and a few others. And everyone isn't really a fan of reparations. I don't know if you heard, but Senator Bernie Sanders spoke on it. He didn't agree. And recently, a video went viral of Senator Mitch McConnell giving his opinion on reparations. Let's go ahead and play that as well.
I don't think reparations for something that happened 150 years ago, for whom none of us currently living are responsible, is a good idea. We've tried to deal with our original sin of slavery by fighting a civil war, by passing landmark civil rights legislation. We've elected an African-American president. I think we're always a work in progress in this country, but no one currently alive was responsible for that. And I don't think we should be trying to figure out how to compensate for it. First of all, it'd be pretty hard to figure out who to compensate.
Now, I don't blame Mitch for his ignorant and disrespectful comment. Being honest, that's how he feels. But the question remains, do we, black people of America, deserve reparations? Yes, of course we do. Other groups have gotten reparations for suffering. The Japanese got reparations for what was done to them. The Jewish people received reparations from the Holocaust. And America wasn't even responsible and still gave them reparations. Our Native American family, they didn't get what they deserved, but they got something. You telling me, us, 310 years of chattel slavery, over 100 years of Jim Crow and segregation, not to mention the atrocity of slavery, what happened during that time, and we don't deserve reparations? Yes, we deserve reparations. Now, the other question, will we get it? Not to be disrespectful, but not like this. My teacher, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, said, they don't have the will or the wisdom to give us reparations. We see they don't have the will. You heard Senator McConnell, you heard Bernie Sanders, and if you watch today's meeting, You see Representative Mike Johnson from Louisiana, he wasn't moved at all. They don't want to give us reparations, but they don't have the wisdom. So what does that mean? Reparations isn't just a check. Even if they wanted to just give us a check, that's not going to fix our problem. And the word reparations is repair. You don't repair something unless it's damaged. Black people in America have been damaged by slavery. Damaged mentally, damaged psychologically, damaged emotionally, economically, educationally, socially, politically. The list goes on. We've been damaged. Yes, we need repair, but it's not a one-day thing. It's not just the check. Now, don't get me wrong. We should still ask for reparations because money does help that process. Reparations is a process, but we don't ask like that. They don't respect begging. They don't respect meeting and asking and reading poems, trying to move them. That's not how you get reparations. You get it by demanding it. You get it by power. How do we get power? Unity. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, our unity is more powerful than an atomic bomb. If we came united and had the right people represented us and demanded it, that's how we attain reparations. That day will soon come. But I want to say to all those who say, I agree with Lacan. It wasn't me, it was my ancestors. That had nothing to do with it. True, it wasn't you. But you have to answer the question. Are you willing to take responsibility? You live a life of privilege because of what our ancestors suffered. You're in the positions you are in today. You have the power you have today. You have the head start you have today because of what happened in slavery. I don't got to put up a chart of the household incomes of whites and blacks. Go Google it. It's horrible. It's disgusting. That's from slavery. You got a hell of a head start because of slavery, and that makes you responsible. When someone dies, the estate inherits the debt. You inherited this. You are responsible. So we do deserve reparations. That's a whole conversation in itself. But I want to hear from you all. Go crazy in the comments. What do you think? Do black people deserve reparations? If so, what does that mean to you? Leave a comment. Remember, like, share, subscribe, and tune in every day. Until next time, I'm Michael Amir, and this is Verified.